guys! We just finished 10 days of silent retreat.
And we're gonna tell you everything about our experience there.
Firstly, let's start with the schedule.
Do you hear that?
That would woke us up every morning at 4 a.m.
You can't really miss that unless you're Kenya and you sleep like a panda no matter the environment.
Have we told you anything about the environment yet?
No!
You need to hear this one.
So the beds weren't actually beds.
Pillows were not pillows.
Have you ever slept on wood and batten?
Me neither, until then.
I actually couldn't wait to wake up at 4 a.m. because I really wanted to get out of the bed.
From tonight we're sleeping on this pillow. Following this, we had 30 minutes of reading.
We have to be very honest with you guys.
The pillows were actually pillows.
And very comfortable. And sometimes we were finding ourselves falling asleep.
We tried, but
so much.
It was 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, you closed your eyes because it was dark.
Anyways, after that, we had another 30 minutes of meditation.
With your eyes closed at 4 a.m. of meditation. Sometimes, yeah, again, we were falling asleep.
Do you want to hear about the moment we actually woke up? It was 1 hour 45 minutes of exercise.
And it was the peak. I'm saying that and I'm not a sporty person.
After that we had, how do we put that?
Dhamma talk. It was for 30 minutes and it was with a very wise monk. But
it was quite hard to understand him because of the accent, but I think we got the most important bits of it.
Let me just explain the sleeping during meditation situation.
In the first day, they actually taught us that it's quite normal to fall asleep.
Obviously, if you wake up so early and you try to close your eyes and try to clear your mind, is obviously the way to fall asleep.
Back to the schedule again. After Dhamma talk, we had another 30 minutes of meditation.
And then the exciting bit for me. Food!
We had 2 hours of break in which we had breakfast.
You can fill your bowl as many times as you want so you won't actually starve.
And after breakfast, chores. This is the female dorm where we lived, and Maria had her chore here. So we're gonna show you what she did. This is the hall too, where we were doing yoga and other exercises, as well the place of my chore. So every morning after breakfast I had to come here and sweep the floor. If there was more time in the break, we had the choice of sleeping or going to hot springs.
They were so hot.
But guess what we picked?
Nap, sleep, Z's.
It's only 10 a.m. and the bell rings again.
This is when bits of frustration start to pour down.
In between 10 and 12:30, we only had sitting, standing and walking meditation non-stop.
With no break whatsoever, and it was very hot. So hot.
12:30.
Time for food again, our last meal.
We had 2 hours, but thankfully, no chores.
But we kind of used that time to do our personal chores, like plucking our eyebrows, washing our clothes, take care of ourselves.
Or sleep.
Or sleep. So here is the water we were using to wash the clothes, with those things over there. Yeah.
I know what you feel.
Following that bell, it was 2.5 hours of sitting and walking meditation plus some breathing lessons.
The first 4 days were quite difficult for us because we had to stay in the same position for at least 15 hours a day.
It's long. Have you ever heard of chanting?
At 5 p.m. we had 1 hour of that, which is singing and some storytelling.
It was so much fun, but we had no idea what we were singing about.
We tried to blabber some very long words, but it didn't really work. 6 p.m.
Break again.
Not for food though.
It was just a drink.
They call it tea,
but it was like hot fruit mixed together with a lot of sugar and that blend. Does that make sense?
No, but it tasted like that.
Yeah. Sometimes we were lucky and we were getting hot chocolate instead.
This was 1.5 hours long.
And then we had time to hit the hot springs.
And also do some readings. I don't know if you did that. But only the ones which were available at the canteen.
is where the hot springs are, and we usually are allowed to come here in the morning after breakfast and in the evening after tea because the water would be too hot after lunch. It has 35 degrees, so it's pretty hot. We're almost reaching the end.
Maria, we still have 1 hour and a half of meditation.
But 30 minutes was a peak.
Walking meditation in the pitch black night with a starry sky around the lake.
That was magical.
9 p.m. back to our dorms, to shower and sleep.
To then repeat the same things again for 10 days. Scary.
This is the place where we were taking baths, using this, getting some water and putting over us. We were also wearing sarong, which is basically like a massive scarf, and we had to keep it on us the whole time. Can we tell you how we felt about it?
Okay, thanks.
First few days we felt like our minds were playing tricks because the schedule was a bit intense.
We both wanted to quit, but we took it as a challenge, so we kept on doing it.
We forgot to tell you, before the whole retreat, we had those interviews.
They basically told me that I get to have 10 days with just myself, and you don't get that opportunity very often. Getting deeper into the program, we realized that we weren't allowed to be with ourselves, to think of ourselves, to reflect on our lives.
They kept saying this word dukkha, which means pain, suffering, problems, and they said that we are born with it.
At this point, we were really confused, and we actually started to believe what they were saying to us.
We started to get angry, and we didn't understand why, because this place was supposed to calm us down, and
it wasn't doing that. But then we took a step back and we started to have a conversation between me and myself, since that was the only person I could talk to.
We asked ourselves, why did we join the retreat?
Well, it was definitely not pain.
By realizing that, we started to filter all the information and decide what's right and wrong for us.
It was getting a bit too religious and rules kept on adding every day. So it was a bit of contrast of how we think of life, that is supposed to be more like free. Don't get us wrong, we also have a lot of good things to say about it.
We've learned so much about breathing techniques which help us in a lot of situations.
Did you know how important breathing was? We felt like we were breathing for the first time.
It's good to be aware of that. Also knowing that talking is not that important.
You can use some body language.
Silence was actually one of the easiest bits of the retreat.
And food as well. Like, you can easily live on 2 vegetarian meals a day.
It was tough. Tougher than we expected.
But we learned a very important lesson.
In life, everything should be balanced.
And we shouldn't live our lives in the future or past.
Everything we have is now, so might as well be happy.
Everything is going to be okay in the end.
And if it's not okay, it's not the end. We want you to know that this was only our experience and you don't have to take it as your own.
We're all different and we experience things in different ways.
We hope that we've given you some valuable information about Suan Mokkh retreat, but if we have to be honest,
we wouldn't really do it again, but at the same time we don't encourage or discourage the idea of doing it. It's your lesson to learn.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Bye.